We always hear the stories about the police brutality and all the senseless shootings and excessive force chokings that are leading to death. But they don't even highlight how often that these same very things happen in prison, but even more so by the correctional officers. And I decided to do a video today because, as y'all seen from my previous upload, yesterday when I was in traffic, I happened to see an individual who, did a little jail time himself. And one thing about prison is, regardless what state you did it in, what facility you did it in, the correctional officers are the same. They're trained the same. And unfortunately, when you give a coward power, they abuse it instead of utilizing it to correct us. They're only given walkie-talkies and handcuffs, as you see here, but they are also given MK9, which is a type of mace, but it's like mace times 20. It can actually put down a bear. This is what they're utilizing now instead of like the old-fashioned get down and dirty and break it up. Like when I first got locked up in 2008, they didn't have this mace right here. They had some little bullshit mace that kind of resembled this one right here, like the little kind of pepper spray that you would catch your mailman with. But now, this is the shit they're using, the MK9 Fogger. They said that this shit could actually lay down a crowd or disperse a crowd of damn near 2,600 people or some shit like that. And actually, I don't even know how I forgot to mention that also, the COs, when they have the walkie-talkies and the handcuffs, they also carry these batons right here. There's firm wooden batons. I forgot what kind of wood it's made out of, but they hurt. And this is usually what they break up fights with if it's hard to break y'all apart. Now, in the maximum facility, you see that the COs carry them more often. Like everywhere you go, there's already one on the hip. In the medium, they don't really have them with them until the actual altercation, then they want to grab them. So in more cases than others, you see these sticks utilized in inmate assaults and maxes. Now, this is more the setting of a maximum facility in New York State. All the cells are in line on one straight company like this, so even when something is going down in another cell that you can't see, you can hear it. Like you develop a real keen sense. Remember how in my video I spoke about the CO walking with his keys and you hear him? The sound of keys in prison is the equivalent of like sirens in the town. Like you hear them, you on instant alert. Yo, I mean, it's so real. Like, when the sirens is coming, it's woo, 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 Yo, my nigga, when there's a fight or when something is going on, the keys are going rapidly because there's multiple COs running. So it's like, it's crazy to the point when I guarantee you anyone who's been incarcerated probably even chuckled at that moment. In the afternoon, you laying in your bed between programs waiting for that yard list. You hear them keys? That's like your alarm clock sitting there waiting for the list. But the story I'm going to end up telling y'all today, man, is a story I previously told on my old channel, the very beginning. It didn't get the views it should have got. So now I guess this is an opportunity to tell it better, so to speak. And hey, here we go. So back in 2009, I called it dirty urine after a little one-on-one altercation. They tested my urine, I tested positive. They gave me long-term keep lock. So now while I was on long-term keep lock, which is B2, this is when, if y'all remember the story where the dude got splashed, loud brim came out of the cell, I had to do with the broom, boom, boom, boom. All right. When that happened, I was in the front of the company in 6th cell. After that happened, they moved me to the back of the company, 32 cell, some shit like that. And when I moved to the back of the company is when I was next door to the Shine Boy Popeye. I don't know if y'all know him. Shout out to the Shine Boy Papa. He just got locked back up. He doing a 4 and 15 right now, man. Free Papa, man. And that's the Hercule with the prosthetic leg, one leg for those that don't know. Anyway, so it started by one night, me and Papa, we up late night, we smoking. You see the same way his arms sticking out the gate? That's how it was. I had rolled a blunt. We sitting there, we chilling. Long story short, we passing blunt back and forth, and then all of a sudden we hear the keys. Boom. We hear the keys. I stick my mirror out. We see the police walking. Oh shit. So now we start spraying, man, oil and shit. Oh shit. Now, as we start spraying the oil, long story short, I'm saying we lay down, cut the TV off. Boom. The police come. He don't say shit. They walk right past our cell. They stopped in front of this bug-out white dude's cell. Now, the bug-out dude happened to be like, if you're in a mental health unit, if they believe you got true mental health disorder, you can't go to a regular box. So they just keep them on long-term keep lock, regardless what they do. So he happened to be one of them individuals. But the crazy shit about him is he had a funny case about touching his nephew or molesting his grandson. It was like one of those situations, like it was either his nephew or his grandson. And, so the police used to torment him. We used to torment him. But he was an old, raggedy dude. I'm talking about, like, racist. He used to make racist jokes to us. So, we definitely was not taking it light on him. We was keeping our foot on his neck. I'm talking about, Like, he used to always pull stunts. He had one stunt he always used to pull where he would lay on the floor talking about he couldn't move. And when he said he couldn't move, the COs would be forced to have to go in there, take him to the clinic. The nurses will see him. He'll go down there for a couple hours, get examined. They realize there's nothing wrong with him. He comes walking back on the tier. Oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking niggers. You fucking coons. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. So he was doing this shit repeatedly, a couple days back to back. So this in particular night, they was tired of the shit. So when the CO walks past us, he's like, yo, listen, get the fuck up. We're not going there. We're not going through this shit tonight with you. We're not fucking doing this shit tonight. You're not going to medical no more. They said there's nothing wrong with you. Get the fuck up. So the dude's like, fuck you. I said I fucking can't get up. I can't get up. Now do your fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, he's being a real dick. Like, so, long story short, the police told him straight up and down, all right, if you try that shit again tonight, we're coming in there and we're fucking you up. And he walks off and shit. So now me and Papa, we jump back on the gate like, yo, they about to fuck that nigga up tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we talking about the shit because as he's laying on the floor, I don't know, I think I left this part out in the story. Like, as he lays on the floor, he keeps peeing and shitting on himself to make it look like he can't really get up. So now the smell starts to get bad. Like, it's always starting to smell like piss and shit. So, of course, it's an annoyance for all of us, everybody involved. Yes, even in our cell, we get a smell of it. It was atrocious, man, like disgusting. So, long story short, I keep saying long story short, but that's how you know my short stories are getting longer. You see the CO coming back with like 4 or 5 other COs and shit. Doom, 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 doom. You hear their boots and their keys and shit. So now, mind you, this is late night. This is probably about 3, 4 in the morning, like literally. Like, so they go, yo, get the fuck up there in front of his cell. Mind you, I'm in my cell in the bed under the covers playing dead. Papa probably doing the same shit. You feel me? So we sitting in the bed and then all of a sudden you just hear that nigga's cell open. And his cell open, like you just hear it. Like you hear them fucking him up. Like you can't see it, but you hear like the like, you know, you hear the punches. And the dude gets hit in his back. It's like a hollow sound. Like you hear it. So as you hearing this shit, you like, damn, they fucking a nigga up. Now mind you, hands down, being a child molester and all that other shit, he deserves his ass whipped. He deserves to die. But it just never still feels good to see how like the police beat us, anybody in green, like just how like we just harmless, like we can't do shit back, like you feel me? You can fight back, but then they're gonna keep you in there longer, starve you. Shit is just terrible, man. So they beat the shit out of him, and now after they beat the shit out of him, he just keeps moaning, you heard me? Like they leave, and he just keeps making that noise, like he just keeps whining. And as he's whining and shit, the whole day, I'm talking about literally the whole next day, he's just, be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, yo, take this nigga to medical, something, like, get this nigga the fuck out of here. Like, we starting to beef with the police about getting him the fuck out of there. So they getting more agitated with him. He keeps pissing and shitting on himself. The smell is crazy, man. So I'll never forget this shit. This shit had to be like on a Friday night or a Saturday night or some shit. Cause the next day I had a visit, and when the CO walked down the tier and even notified me about my visit, he was like, "Oof, what the fuck? Oh my God, you got steak down here." Like he's making the comment because he obviously doesn't know that there's a fucking dead inmate in the cell. Because, yeah, he was dead. So now, when he comes to my cell and tells me about my visit, I'm like, yo, I don't smell that, bro. That nigga's dead in that cell. Y'all need to check on him. He walks past like he's leaving, and as he's leaving, yo, that's word to everything, bro. He looks in the dude's eye, he's like, whoops, I ain't see it, I'm not writing it. And he keeps on moving. And that's how a lot of the COs are up north. They're real lazy. They don't want to do no type of paperwork. Every single incident has to have an incident report, a to and from, and all this extra stuff. So they get tired of doing all that writing. So they be getting real lazy. So about a half hour later, they come and get me for my visit. I go out to my visit, enjoy a whole 6-hour visit, come back, and that man was still dead in his cell. That man stayed dead in that, that man stayed dead in that cell until 7 p.m. medication the next day. When the nurse came through to do medication, she was knocking at the cell. We're telling him, like, yo, he's dead. He's dead in there. You gonna do something? The smell by this time is dead, because if you ever been around a dead body, you know, the smell is crazy. So we're trying to tell the nurse, like, are you gonna do anything? You just see her drop her whole medication bin thing and just take off running down the company. Like, she started running towards the front of the tier. Help, help. Then she gets like the defibrillator, the thing that you put in the chest and it goes doof, doof, and then shocks you back to life. So there's one of those on the front of every company. So she runs, grabs that, and as she runs and grabs that, now all the COs want to run like it's some big hurry up, like it's some big situation, when this whole time everybody knew this man was dead in his cell for the last 24 hours. So then the next day they sent in IG. IG is like an investigation unit who investigates the correctional officers when things like this happen. So they come in and they start interviewing everybody, but of course everybody stays quiet. Everybody says they don't know nothing. Nobody wants to be labeled a rat. Nobody wants to be labeled a snitch. On top of that, nobody wants to go through the retaliation that's going to come with making any statements against the COs while they still got to stay there. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story. Hope y'all enjoyed the pictures. There'll be more to come on the next one. And you already know this might have been the best one. Salute.